Oh. Hello YouTube, this is Kisa and I'm back here with another video. And we are going to talk a little chit chat. Yeah, we're just gonna do a little chit chat today. Last night I had an interesting thing happen to me. I've been putting myself out there a little bit, you know. I go to a lot of people's YouTube channels, but I usually don't talk. I usually just kind of like sit back and observe, you know. But lately, since I have a YouTube channel, I have to engage a little more in the community. I mean, that's something you're supposed to do, you know. So I've been engaging to the different channels. And I came across Steve the Dean. He has a name, but I don't want to put his name out there. The name of the show. But Steve the Dean. If you know Steve the Dean, then you probably know what I'm talking about. It's a man show that they have. And I used to watch Steve the Dean. Man, I've been watching him for a long time. Yeah. And but now I communicate. And as soon as I got on there, they were like, "Hey, Keith, how you doing?" Because when I get on, first thing I want to do is say hello to everybody. I try to do that to everybody that I look at, everybody videos that I go on. I try to say hello to everybody, their lives and stuff. And who was it that said hello back first? I want to say it was Jay, but I'm not sure. So anyway, I said hello, and they said welcome or something like that. And then I sat back and I was listening, you know, like everybody else. And oh, wait a minute. Okay, just make sure that thing isn't there. Okay, so I was sitting back there, listening like everybody else does, you know. And everybody can talk. Apparently the women are not allowed to talk. But I've talked on there before. But yesterday Dean was in rare form. He wouldn't let me talk at all. Even though the moderators were engaging, they were, you know, I would say they were taunting me, but we'll go into that. But anyway, so I'm watching the show, and I'm not saying much. You know, what's the topic about? I think I asked that. And then they were like, this is what we're talking about, blah, blah, blah. So there was a guy on there, and he was from England or something like that. And he sounded like a real smooth dude, but his voice was very quiet. He talked, you know, this is how I talk to her, you know, and then I said this to her, you know, and we're trying to hear it, and I'm like, I can't. Is anybody needs to speak up? Because get nobody hear him. So I did say speak up, and then of course Steve got upset, and I think one of the moderators was like, no, I think she's chill. She's cool. She's not what they call me, a troll. She's not a troll. She's cool. And so they said, okay, she can stay in, but she's going to get timed out if she keeps talking that talk. All I said was speak up. So, they start taunting me. I was quiet. I wasn't saying nothing. I was good. Whatever you call them, people that are on there listening. I was good. I wasn't saying anything. Somebody said, Kisa, are you still there? And I'm like, I'm still here. Oh my God. I kept getting timed out. Every time I say something, they would say something to me, and then I would answer it, and then they would time me out. And so, and then they were like, every time they time me out, they talk, you know, and yeah, make her marinate and do this and this and that. First of all, I was on the channel because I was trying to do some research. That's all, just research, like we all do. We all trying to do research. And they're like, you can't say nothing. And Dean, he's like, you can't say nothing. Don't say anything at all. And I'm like, but they're asking me if I'm still there, and I'm like, I'm still here, and they time me out. So I couldn't win for nothing, you know? Like, if I don't say anything, they're like, you could call right now, but if you don't call right now, then we ain't got nothing to talk about, and you don't say nothing. You just be quiet. You're welcome to stay, but you got to be quiet unless you call. I wasn't gonna call, because if they can't even handle me with my little 4-word text that I say, how can they handle me talking to them? Oh no! I said, okay. And so I was listening, and the English guy was talking about I don't know what he's talking about. He was trying to get advice from Dean, and Dean's telling him how to go about, you know, meeting a girl and everything. And we're all listening. And then I think somebody said, hey, she's not a bad looking girl. I guess he looked at my videos or something, you know, my profile. And then, of course, Dean's like, you pay attention to what we're talking about. These women can't control us. And I said, beautiful women rule the world. Oh, that made me become a troll because I said beautiful women rule the world. He said something about women can't rule us. And I said, beautiful women rule the world. Oh my God, you guys. He got so mad. He started cursing at me. I'm not going to tell you what he said. Not going to do that. I ain't going to tell you what he said. He just started freaking out. I'm like, whoa. Like, dude. You don't know. You don't know me. So, okay. Later on, somebody else says something to me again. They kept saying things. They kept taunting me. They really did. They kept, you know, they knew that they were going to get at me if I said anything. And I fell for the trap. I did. I fell for the trap. Every time I said something, they timed me out. And then they would go ham on me. And even say things I didn't even say. He cursed me out, and then someone else said, like, are you still there? I said, yes. I said, but Dean doesn't like me. No, I said, Dean hates me. Dean the Steve, or Steve the Dean. I don't know what they say. And I said, Dean hates me. He's like, I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I don't know you to hate you. How can I hate you? That's a lot of rage for somebody you don't know, but okay, you say so, bro. I was like, damn, like, look how emotional you get. Oh boy, when I said that, he's like, anybody, you guys don't talk to her, don't say anything to her. We're putting her on timeout. So I was in timeout again. Like, I must have been in timeout for about 10 times. Yeah, 10 times I was in timeout. They just kept putting me in timeout. They would instigate things, and then they would say things like, are you still there? And then I'd speak up, and then I'd go to timeout. And then, so he said, you have a question and you have a question. He's like, but other than that, you don't speak. And you don't speak when I'm talking. I'm having a lesson right now. I'm like, okay, bro. You having a lesson. I will back off. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to be, not say anything. And again, somebody's asked me a question. Or they say something, and I'm just like, I'm still here. That's all I was saying. And you guys, I'm not really fast with the typing. Dean gets up and has a little bit of a break because he's just so worn out because and then they started texting a little bit and they're like, talking about whatever. I guess they were talking about the dude that was on there that was me being so slow at texting. Said before Steve the Dean sits back down because he had a break and he clearly said, when I'm talking, don't nobody talk. So I was like, okay, Dean. Oh shit. So I said, okay, well, I won't say anything when he's like, talking. But he had a break, so he left. And so he goes and gets water or whatever, does whatever he does. And then he comes and sits back down and he looks at his monitor. And because I'm so slow at typing, and my phone was hot. You know how your phone gets really hot and it doesn't act right? And so I would have said what I had to say way before he was sat down if my phone was acting right. And so eventually my phone sent through the text, but it was like burning hot, and so it finally worked. And by the time it worked, Steve was coming back from his break, and I was like, and then nobody, after I said what I said, nobody said anything. Now I know why they didn't say anything, because they wanted my message to be the last thing that Dean seen on the screen. And so Dean sits down and he looks. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was at home like, oh shit. What do I do? I didn't want to just leave. Boy, I didn't want to leave. I was like, okay, it can't be that bad. You're at home. You're safe. And he can't hurt you. He can't hurt you. And he looks and sees that because my texting was so freaking slow, by the time I said, and all I said was, I'm still here. I you know what? I might have said something slick. I don't know. It wasn't too slick though. And it wasn't a long text either. And he looked, and he was just like, and then you guys, he was. You know how your brother gets mad at you, and he just like starts to. He gets this thing where he gets to sway in his head. I said, oh shit. What have I done? He's going to give it to me now. He goes off. He's like, you know what? The show is over anyway. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Let me look this B. I think he said B. Let me look this B up. He's like, and then he sees my profile. That ain't your hair. It is my hair. He's like, I'm gonna look her up. And then meanwhile, all the other people are like, oh man, she look pretty good. He was so pissed. He couldn't think of nothing to say. But, oh, that ain't her real hair. That ain't her real hair. He couldn't find my because it's hard to find. If you don't put the S at the end, then yeah, you might not find me. But I don't know. So he couldn't find me. He's like, I'm not giving her no shine. So then, this is the kicker. This is the kicker. He says goodbye to everybody. He's like, bye Tony, bye this, bye that, bye Joey, bye this. Thanks for coming to my show, and da 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 da. And then someone asked me if I was still there. He's like, And I said, yes. I said, no, I said, napping. Yes, I'm still here, but napping, or I just took a nap from being bored. It's been real. And then again, they timed me out again. They timed me out every time I said something. They timed me out. You know, you don't mean to be a troll. It just happens that way. It just happens that way. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to do research, and I'm going to talk about what I'm going to be doing on my channel, but it has to do with relationships and we'll get into it later. But anyway, I was doing research, and man, oh man, they were so mad at me. I think some of his friends or some of the moderators came on messages and stuff, and when I woke up, I noticed I had a lot of views. But sorry, Steve, the Dean, and I will be back. I will. I don't know what to tell you. It was very amusing how he just got so mad. Like, what are you so mad about? You don't even know me, bro. I was cracking up. Every time he would go off, I was just laughing because I'm just like, clearly he could not personally be mad at me. He don't even know me. But boy, there was rage. Ooh wee. He's like, I'm